Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, July 6th, 2023 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I nurture myself with words and stories. And that's the thing. We can nurture ourselves with our words, with our thoughts, with our stories, or we can destroy ourselves, so to speak. And as of this recording, yesterday's scope, Wednesday's scope, that Mercury Chiron square has not yet fully hit. And Joe and I, just a little bit ago, were sitting here and felt the energies come in for that. And all day long, we've been talking about the stories we tell and be like, tell a new story, tell a new story. And it's hard. It can be so hard at times. That's a story, right? Right there's a story right there. It can be so hard to tell a new story. That is my story, and I don't want to stick to it, but I know it's true for many of you as well. But I love the Astro Dance. It's always taking us deeper to help us get the lesson. It takes us around. You cannot miss the lesson. You may go by it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, whatever. You can go by it a million times. The universe will bring it around. You will not miss your lesson. I guarantee it. So today the lesson continues. And I just want to say thank you to those of you who show up every day or most days to follow these dance steps with me, because it's so beautiful to me how it unfolds. And I'm so grateful for that support. And I'm so grateful for those of you who support me on the Patreon. A lot of you just joined, or a nice little group, and I'm really grateful for that, because it's exciting to watch these steps unfold and to see how we can shift and grow. So today we have Mars and Neptune reaching this inconjunct. So I've been talking about this yod energy. So Mars is like the focal point of this yod, with Neptune and Pluto feeding in. Now Venus is going to come repeat this process, and Venus is going to be retrograding in this process. So this is major. We want to get this, because when Venus starts retrograding, those lessons are just going to crank up just a little bit. So a yod is like a finger in the sky being like, this is important. Do you see it? God is like shaking fingers. This, look here. And Mars and Leo is like, can we move with love? Now, it's interesting because Neptune, retrograde, feeding in. Neptune can represent the illusions. Neptune can represent the stories, for better or for worse, right? I say use your illusion. Illusions can be a wonderful thing. They can also be a challenge. So, just watching how things in my life are unfolding, my story, I will say this for my whole entire life, my story has never unfolded the way I wanted it to unfold. My stories have never followed, I can't say never, but for the most part, never followed that path of rainbow love that I would like to. And I have found myself at times shaking my fist at the universe. What do you want from me? And I feel like that's kind of this inconjunct between Mars and Neptune. Those stories spike up, especially when it's not going how we think it should go, how we want it to go. And yet the universe is even when it's all this chaos out there, even when it's frazzly, you can still move with love. In fact, that is the lesson. Can you move with love? Can you act with love? Can you stay in your heart when it's challenging, when it's hard, when you feel like, throwing fists at the universe, or anybody else in and of the universe, right? Like I said, this might be repeated with Venus coming in and going for this yod as well. Can you stay in your heart? Can you stay in love for yourself, for your inner child, for your higher self, for those you love even when they are frustrating? Can you stay in that heart? Now, it's interesting, the Pluto placement of this, because we have a lot of things that tell us how we need to stay in our power, and a lot of times those things are very, 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 very logical. And sometimes they're on point, and sometimes they're not with the most kindness. This is where the challenge comes in with these Pluto energies. Can we stay in our heart? Stay in our using of illusion, and stand in our power all together. This is like, what is it? Tapping your head, rubbing your belly, or rubbing your head and tapping your belly. It's always fun to change it up, right? Plus, throw in a third thing. Play a violin while you're doing this with your octopus hands. So, this energy is very challenging. The staying in your power and your heart. Staying in your power and your heart and in trust. The top of the cards today is this trust card. Can you trust this process unfolding, even if it doesn't look like you want it to look, even if it doesn't feel like you want it to feel, even if you're feeling like throwing those fists? Whew. It's not an easy game. So Mars in conjunct Neptune. You may be feeling frustrated with the unfolding of this illusion. And yet the universe says, patience, dear heart. There's a reason it's unfolding this way. It is for your benefit. It is for our benefit, always, even when it feels challenging. So keep that in mind in this energy. Now, like I said, this energy, as Mars and Pluto build to their exact inconjunct, which is going to be on, Sunday? Yeah, Sunday morning early, we're going to have that exact inconjunct. And that could rise up some of these frustrations that we are having. So be aware of that energy rising. So today, besides this energy, we also have Mercury and Uranus connecting. So speaking of those stories, Uranus may push the button in some of these stories that you're telling. You may not feel very connected to the universe. You may not feel very supported by Source. You may question how you are being called to move forward in and through this energy. And the universe says, trust your heart. Oh, okay, we trust you. We're trying to. Speaking of stories, like I said, Joe and I all day today, we're like, hey, watch your stories. And a lot of times when I can't necessarily tell a better story, I defer to, I believe in good things. And when I was going through my Pluto square, which is one of the most challenging astro things I've ever gone through, that was where I deferred to. I believe in good things. I believe in good things. I believe in good things. I can stand in that. I believe in good things. I believe in good things that happen to me. I believe in good things that happen for me. I believe in good things that happen for you. I believe in good things that happen to you. To stand in that helps me. So maybe it'll help you in and through some of these energies. We do have the moon shifting into Pisces today. First, it's going to oppose first Venus and then Mars. Again, engaging some of these yachty energies. It's holding boomerang space. Boomerang is the opposition to the focal point of the yod. And so the boomerang can often be support. What do you need to do? Boomerang in this case is being like, can you get into the vibe? Can you get into a better vibe? Can you shift your whole energy field? And that will support you in and through this. The moon moving into Pisces is going to support, but it is going to connect with Saturn. And that Saturn energy can feel heavy. The best bet is trusting that the way it's unfolding is unfolding for our highest and best lessons. And we can take these lessons and we can shine a light. We can support others with it. We can shine that light even for ourselves, trusting in the unfolding. Can we trust? Moon and Saturn and Pisces. Can we trust in the unfolding and not take ourselves farther out of the way through that which way process? Rather, lead with heart. That is the wisdom of this card, is rather than try to choose a side, lead with your heart and trust it will not lead you astray. It is going to lead you exactly where you are going. And that's a good place to go. All right, leaving that there. I know I owe people emails for readings. I've just been caught up in supporting my friend very much this week, but you will be hearing from me, I promise. So look out for a message back from me. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.